She's just 16 years old, thinking she's grown. You better leave her alone, she said. 'Cause she's just 16 years old, thinking she's grown. You better leave her alone, she says. She was just 16 years old, thinking she's grown, with an intangible mind, yet a body. She has the kind of body that would make pedophiles next to Exorcism 360. A motherless child in this cold world to be raised and abused by her stepfather, who took advantage of her in all the inhuman ways possible. Verbal assault, physical assault, worst to all, sexual assault. And on his deathbed, he told her that she would amount to nothing more than just 1 minus 1 in her lifetime. Selfish was he. Her disruptive childhood led her to meet him. He was 3 times her age. He had no father figure, and a mother who worked the street corners that couldn't raise him to be a man. Therefore, the street raised him. He went from orphanage, foster home, and eventually juvie. After all, what do you say to a young man that has the goals and dream of an entrepreneur, but he has no one to invest in him? He has the ambition and hunger of a prize fighter, but he has nothing to fight for. He took her in, gave her the so-called little love that she ever so needed. He became a father figure for her, a protector, but he was also her lover. Let me not forget to remind you that he was 3 times her age. Now, let us fast forward the story to only 3 years later. A multitude of beatdowns, STDs, to a now 19-year-old pregnant girl in her 3rd trimester. He had certain ways of making love to her, the way that simple guys like her would never dare to. The way that he would kiss her gently across the cheek by kissing her with his feet. The way that he would hug her so tightly across her neck until she would need to gasp for air. And one night, after gambling away their rent money, got drunk to alleviate his sorrow, buzzed through the door. "Where you at, bitch? Come here!" The 19-year-old pregnant girl in the 3rd trimester tiptoed to his drunken ass. And he said, "Honey, please don't hit me today. The baby has been kicking. I didn't get a chance to cook." Slaps her across the face just for responding to him. He tiptoed his drunken ass to the table awaiting a home-cooked meal, but only dirty dishes and roaches. Once again, he came back for more. His swing. He had a weird policy. Don't duck. Take it like a man. The irony. She's not a man and not yet even a woman. And for the very first time, she ducked. She grabbed his arm. And their eyesight met, like a lover's eyesight when meeting under the moon bliss. And she asked him, "What about how I feel?" "Bitch, who the fuck care how you feel?" Tears run down her cheek. "What about what's best for me?" "I am all that is best for you." "What about what I need?" "What about me?" Before she could even get the next sentence out, he grabs her by the throat, lifts her up, and slams her onto the concrete pavement. Pause. Picture this. Picture the effect of gravity on a waterfall balloon. Or what about a 3-year-old mishandling a glass bottle of ketchup? That is exactly how she landed. Stomach meet concrete pavement. Concrete pavement meets stomach. Internal organs gushing from her private mouth and tears. His adrenaline is kicking, knows nothing else to do, rush out of the house. Her body lays lifeless on the pavement, seconds of the minutes of the hours to the eventual next day. The mailman came to deliver a package, peeked through the open door, saw her body, and called the ER. And as she was being rushed to the ER, she could envision having a father to protect her, having a mother to teach her self-worth, finishing school, and maybe even having a boyfriend. The doctor came in and interrupted her and said, "How are you doing today?" "I am afraid to tell you this, but you have lost your child." Once again, she had no response. She had no one to invest love into her, therefore she had no love to invest into another person. He told her, "I'm afraid to be the bearer of bad news, but you have HIV. Tears came gushing down. She wished nothing more but death. And in the far distance, she could hear a pastor preaching about self-worth, finding yourself, forgiving, forget. and moving on. That is exactly what she did. She found herself, forgave but never forget. She became a motivational speaker to share her story. And one day she received a phone call from a lover from a distant light that she ever so dreaded. But she agreed to go and see him. In every step she took to his room, her felt like they were being held like shackled ankle, and she dragged on with miserable pestilence to his room, and as she came to his room, she saw his body looking like a decomposed carcass. And he said, "Thank you for coming to see me. Life was merciless unto me, and that is why I was merciless unto you. You are the only soul that ever cared for me, but I could never see it. As you know by now, we have HIV. But I am also dying from cancer. And my undying wish would be to know that you can forgive me for all the pain that I did to you." She looked at him dead in his eye, balled up her fist. WWJD came in mind. No, not what would Jesus do. Something like, what would her favorite singer do? What would Jill Scott do? And she grabs him by the neck and she sings him her favorite lullaby. You say life's been hard on you, but brother, I got news. It's been hard on me too. You say the world just don't understand, but I am the world, my love. I was your lover. She kissed him on the forehead. Forgive, but to never forget. And that is how I was able to hear the story from the grapevine, from the living bird, and to share it with you guys. So each one can teach one to eventually cease domestic violence. Thank you.